So I wanted to take a few minutes with this video to talk about 3 interesting PlayStation 5 stories, and if you could hit that like button on the video, thank you to those that do it, and as always, it's very much appreciated. Now, the stories I wanted to dive into today includes a PC versus PS5 situation when it comes to Sony first party with graphics upgrade, performance, and price. We're going to talk all about that. Microsoft comes clean about Call of Duty finally, and how Sony can and should make their own Call of Duty competitor with the 10 years given, and the potential Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 5 Slim console bundle. First, yes or no, do you game on PC or not? This relates obviously to one of the big topics of this video, and before we get to that, I'm curious how many of you game on PC or are strictly console gamers. I only game on console for now, but that's just me. What about you? So comment below yes or no if you game on PC or not. Let me know down in the comments below. Now, diving into the first story of the video, Sony doesn't need Call of Duty. Reading from Insider Gaming, at the Remedy's hearing, the CMA asked Microsoft if the 10-year duration is sufficient and whether there would be a cliff edge for Sony at the end of this period. Microsoft considers that a period of 10 years is sufficient for Sony as a leading publisher and console platform to develop alternatives to Call of Duty. The 10-year period will extend into the next console generation, redacted. Moreover, the practical effect of the remedy will go beyond the 10-year period, since games downloaded in the final year of the remedy can continue to be played for the lifetime of that console and beyond with backwards compatibility. Microsoft wrapped up its argument on the time frame by saying they don't feel a need to have an agreement longer than a decade at a time. So there it is. Microsoft pretty much says here that Sony, we're giving you time to create a Call of Duty competitor, a Call of Duty alternative. Why else would you say that to a company if you have no intention of potentially taking that game away? Now, you might be thinking this is just wording. Why would they take Call of Duty away? I get that. I didn't think about that possibility really until now. Listen to how they focus on the older Call of Duty titles existing on the platform beyond 10 years and beyond the lifetime of the console. The practical effect of the remedy will go beyond the 10-year period, since games downloaded in the final year of the remedy, the 10th year, can continue to be played for the lifetime of that console and beyond with backwards compatibility. So I read this, and do you know what this sounds like? This sounds like when Microsoft said we have no interest in taking games away from fans with the Bethesda deal, but then made it clear later they were talking about existing games that have already released on the platform, on the console. We have no interest in taking Call of Duty away. You can still play those games on PlayStation because they'll be on the store and playable on the console well past the 10 years. That's what they're saying. They're talking about existing Call of Duty titles that released prior to the 10-year end date. They're literally saying you have those Call of Duty titles that we've released on PlayStation and we won't take those away. And beyond all the wording, Microsoft saying this is hilarious. They had an entire generation with Xbox One to improve their first party development and pretty much, kind of flopped hard there. What they did instead was throw a band-aid on their first-party studios and buy out Bethesda, and are now trying to buy Activision. Their biggest title this year is from Bethesda with Starfield, which would have been a third-party title. In terms of Sony, this was never about if they can create a better game than Call of Duty. They probably can. But will they have 6+ studios working on that single franchise, releasing it yearly on every platform? No. That's the popularity with Call of Duty. It's consistent releases. It releases often and has a lot of studios working on that single franchise alone. Socom could return. Killzone could return. Resistance could return, but unless they have new entries yearly and unless they're on every platform, they don't even have a chance against Call of Duty. Again, this isn't about quality. Each of those games could be better in every way than Call of Duty, and I know we'd love them here on PlayStation, but they're not a substitute for a game that's worked on by 6+ studios releasing yearly. Now, diving into the second story of the video, Spider-Man PlayStation 5 Slim bundle. So yesterday, we talked about the leak when it comes to Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation 5. We talked about the release date, marketing push, commercials, what this means for the showcase potentially happening soon, etc. I'll have that video linked either in the description of the video or a card maybe potentially on the screen. Go check that one out for more information. The gist, though, is that Spider-Man 2 could potentially be releasing this September, going head-to-head with Starfield. But the bigger, more more important point here is that this could be launching right next to Sony's new PlayStation 5 model, the potential PlayStation 5 Slim. Sony is reportedly set to release a new PlayStation 5 model this year in September that will clear out existing models. There will be no disc PlayStation 5 or digital PlayStation 5 after this new model. It'll be one model that's digital and provides you the option to attach a disc drive to it to have that disc drive option. This will allow Sony to produce one console model going forward, and this should overall reduce the cost of making PlayStation 5. So now link this up with the leak from yesterday about Spider-Man 2 releasing in September, and I would be surprised if Sony didn't release a Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 5 Slim bundle for this new console. I've been looking into getting a second PlayStation 5 for a while, but obviously following this Slim discussion, I've held back, and this might be the PlayStation 5 I personally get, a Spider-Man 2 PlayStation 5 bundle potentially launching in September. I'm guessing the price of this new model could stay at $399, similar to the digital PlayStation 5, or because of the reduction of cost in production, potentially become a $299 or $349 console. But you guys let me know if you'd get a PlayStation 5 Slim Spider-Man 2 bundle or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And now diving into the final story of the video, unlocked FPS graphics upgrade news. So I'll try to keep this one short. Sony is releasing The Last of Us Part 1 on PC soon, and with it, PC players will get DualSense support, Fidelity FX Super Resolution support with the latest version, FSR 2.2, adjustable texture quality, shadows, reflections, and ambient occlusion, native 4K at 60 FPS, 3D audio, and more. This version on the PC is pretty much the best version of the game. If you have a capable PC, and obviously that's key here, you can run this game at high levels. Now, this isn't to say the game isn't already great on the PlayStation 5, but for me, this is one of the reasons why a PlayStation 5 Pro makes sense. For example, native 4K, ray tracing, and 60 FPS being the minimum across the board is what I want. Unless, of course, more games start supporting FSR on PlayStation 5, but this right here is a PlayStation first-party studio title on PC that supports FSR 2.2, but not on the PlayStation 5. Again, there could be something more there that I don't understand on why FSR for this game isn't on PlayStation 5. But besides all of that, the pricing of this game is also something to look into. I'm going to go by Canadian pricing here, but it's the same situation in the US. The game right now on Steam in Canada is $69.99 in our Canadian Monopoly money. On the PlayStation 5, the price is $89.99 in our Canadian Monopoly money. You would at least think the price would be cheaper on PlayStation 5. It's been out for 6 months, and as of later this month is not the best version of this game. If you're someone who owns a PC, you'll see that you can get a better game in terms of quality on PC with more options and $20 cheaper. This is something that I'm curious how PlayStation fans will react to as the generation progresses and we see more of this. I'm personally surprised the price isn't cheaper on PlayStation 5 at this point, but you guys let me know if you care that PlayStation first party games are cheaper on PC or not. Let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button as it always helps, and subscribe if you're new. I got new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one. And welcome back to the after show. This is the part of the video where we have a little fun down in the comments below. If you're old, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. For today's thing, what I want you guys to do is to body, obliterate, destroy, and overall harass the comment section with ready for the showcase. You know, we're going to the end of March soon. April's close by and May is not far after. And we could potentially get this showcase finally. If you're excited for the potential showcase, destroy the comment section with ready for the showcase. And I'll definitely heart those comments like I always do, because I appreciate everybody who stays to the end of my videos. And now I'll check you guys out on the next one.